Good morning, students. This is chapter 11. This is a poem. Poem name is Today I Wrote This Poem. When the teacher is the judge. Now try to understand. This is the poem written by a student. Okay. So now students has written the poem and he has given that poem to teacher to judge. How is this poem? एक स्टूडेंट है तुम्हारे उम्र का, उसने एक कविता लिखी है, एक पोएम लिखा है और उसने अपने टीचर को दिया है कि देखिए ये कविता कैसी है. ओके, सो नाउ हियर यू हैव टू connect with this chapter. What is your favorite poem? Share the title with the class. Okay, so now in your notebook you write down what is your favorite poem. Reflect, what do you think people write a poetry? What do you think people read and write poetry? How does it help them? Means whenever people read or they write poetry, why they write this? Why do you think they write? क्यों लोग लिखते हैं, क्यों लोग पढ़ते हैं, क्या सोचते हो इसके बारे में? पोएम लिखने का मतलब क्या है? How does it help them? अगर कोई भी पोएम लिख रहा है तो उसको उससे क्या हेल्प मिलता है? Imagine that you are a poet. Write a short poem about your day, and it can be as short as 4 lines and as long as 14 lines. Means, now imagine that you are a poet and write down a poem of 4 lines or up to 14 lines. So now this is a poet, that is American poet Ken Nesbitt, and is an American children's poet. He studied computer science at the University of San Diego before becoming a writer. So he was a computer science, but later on he became a writer. He writes poetry that is silly, funny and about everyday things that children relate to. मतलब वो ऐसी कविताएं लिखते हैं जिससे कि बच्चे जो बदमाशियां करते हैं ना, बच्चों की हरकतें होती है ना रोज रोज, उसके ऊपर लिखते हैं ये. ओके, बिकॉज ही इज एन चिल्ड्रंस पोएट. वो बच्चों की ही हरकतों के बारे में लिखते हैं. He has published several collections of poetry and runs a website on which his poetry is available to read for free. Nesbitt is a member of Society of Children's Book Writers and the Illustrators. He lives in Spokane, Washington with his wife. Spokane is the place in Washington with his wife, children and pets. उसके पास उनकी family है और pets, dog भी है. Today I wrote this poem is about a subject that most children find boring and difficult. Poetry. As you read it, think about all the things you have learned about poetry so far. Does Nesbitt make them funny? Now today I wrote this poem is about a subject. क्या है? एक बच्चा एक पोएम लिख रहा है और पोएम का मतलब हर बच्चों को बोरिंग लगता है. पोएम स्टोरी में मजा आता है पर पोएट्री हमेशा बोरिंग लगती है. तो अभी तक पोएट्री के बारे में क्या जानते हो? क्यों 4-4 लाइन की पोएट्री लिखी होती है, उसमें क्या क्या होता है, और क्या लिखते वक्त ध्यान रखना चाहिए, तो ये सारी चीजों को समझना पड़ेगा. ओके, सो टुडे आई एम जस्ट रिसाइटिंग द पोएम. टुमारो आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट. नाउ लेट अस गो अहेड. नाउ दिस इज द पोएम. Students, now you can see in this picture the student has written the poem and now the teacher is judging that poem. So now I am reciting it. Okay. Now, today I wrote this poem, but I am not sure if it's good. It does not have things my teachers say a poem should. Means, and it does not share the feelings I have deep inside of me. It has not any metaphors and not one simile. It's missing any narrative, alliteration too. It is not an acrostic, diamond or haiku. There is nothing that is personified. It does not have a plot. I am pretty sure that rhyming is the only thing it's got. It sure was fun to write it, and I think it's long enough. It's too bad it's missing all that great poetic stuff. I put it on my desk teacher, and wow, she made a fuss. She handed back the poem with and A plus 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 plus. Great. So now this is the poem written by the writer about the mindset of the student and the teacher as a judge. So I have read this poem. Now I will go for the next lecture when I explain this poem properly. Okay, by the time you write down your hard words in the notebook. Thank you.